The next award that I'm going to give this evening is our Abraham Krasnoff Courage and Commitment Award. Abe Krasnoff was a founding member of our board, and he was chair of our board, and he was a pillar. He was a pillar of our community, and he was a pillar in support of erase racism. And so that is why we have named this award after him. The award this evening is given posthumously to Amy Hagedorn. Oh, I swore I was not going to do this. Amy was a great friend and supporter of erase racism. And it was because of her foresight that we were able to produce the documentary that so many people have told us they absolutely love and still use, A Tale of Two Schools, Race and Education on Long Island. This is another example of someone saying, oh, I'll just bet on you. We had never produced a documentary. Why would anyone want to give us money to do such a thing? But she did. And she also encouraged Sue Hagedorn to join with her in that support. And it really allowed us to tell the story of public school education disparities in a way that some people could recognize it and see it by following these two young students in high school. And they might not have been able to see it with statistics, but they could see it in that movie. And Amy also, a couple of times, took our Unraveling Racism training. It's a 2-day commitment, and she also paid for a lot of other people to take it. She said it changed her life, and she felt that it was important to help support other people to participate in that training as well. We were just one of the many organizations on Long Island who were blessed to have Amy, not just Amy's money, but Amy's true participation and caring and insights in the work that we were doing. So it is really an honor for me to present this award for Amy's peerless efforts as a passionate funder and fighter for justice and equity. And I'm really happy that Lisa Valentine, Amy's daughter, is here to accept the award.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for attending tonight. Thank you to Elaine and the staff of Erase Racism, to all the board members, as well as the funders who were here, and the other honorees. My mother, Amy, was my best friend. I certainly didn't expect to lose her when we did. It was a shock to all of us. I think Amy had to leave in order to be honored this way, though, because I think those of you who know her know that she was the embodiment of humility. So this is how we do it. Amy knew about the importance of social justice, and she knew it from her lifetime. All the lifetimes that she lived, you know, she was a few different people before she became a philanthropist. I'd like to tell you a little story about Amy's mother, my maternal grandmother, Angela Marchisella, she was, my mom was a first-generation American child of an off-the-boat Italian immigrant. My grandmother, who we affectionately called Nana M, had come to America by the boat, literally, through Ellis Island in 1913 as an infant. She was one of 13 children, 11 of whom survived in her family once they established themselves in America, in New York City. And I remember as a kid asking my mom why she and my grandparents weren't fluent in Italian. And my mother said to me that once her parents were here and they realized what it would take to make it in America, one of those things was to unlearn their Italian language. And apparently they spoke an idiomatic Italian from the province of Basilicata and the little town of Acitura where my grandmother was born. So it was not an Italian that you would hear on the street unless you were with your people. But in any case, my mother felt a loss there, that she didn't have that connection to language. And we know how important it is, now that if you have a couple of languages in your home of origin, your family of origin, how easy it is to add other languages on. But back then, her parents were concerned about ostracism. They were concerned that their children wouldn't make it in America if they spoke a language other than English. So it was forbidden that that language be spoken, the idiomatic Italian. And so it sort of went away, and my mother never heard it. She never got to hear it. And she always wondered, and that was what made her want to go back to my grandmother's village and learn more about her family. And so I think my mother's exposure that way to that sort of systemic racism, the fact that her parents were scared here, or her grandparents, my great-grandparents, were scared that showing their culture would hurt them in America. Sort of colored her ability to work in the social justice area, and when she began her work with Erase Racism as a partner, that was her background. It was important for her to see equity in communities. And Erase Racism does a wonderful job of educating in that area. I would encourage you all to continue your support of Erase Racism, as I will, as the Hagedorn Foundation has, as the Horace and Amy Hagedorn Fund will continue to do, in Amy's name, and that's because we need it now more than ever. Thank you very much.